Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's October 26th. It's 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's Chicago time. It is 2 p.m. if you're out here on the West Coast. And I'm Adam Flowers. Welcome back, guys. It's Mob Vlog. Holy cow, it's Red Wemette. How you doing?
Yes, it is.
Good to see you today, Red.
Smiling and happy.
What
75 degrees here today.
Wow, 75. That's nice. Sounds beautiful in Florida.
Oh, it is.
I tell you, is this Chicago or Vegas out here? I don't know what it's like in Chicago, but Vegas out here, I'm telling you, no. It's starting to get a little chilly, man.
That's what we had. We had a cold front come through. It was terrible.
Yeah.
38, 39 degrees.
Gave me the sniffles last week. So, anyway, it is good to be here today, Red. And today we're going to talk. It's just a funny question that came up the other night, and I thought to myself, I don't know the answer to this. And I asked Red, and Red said he thought that he knew the answer, and he wasn't 100% sure though about it. And we said, that'd be a good damn topic. How many nights did Tony Spilotro spend behind bars? And
well, there were only two Tonys that I know, that I believe never spent a night in jail. Tony Accardo and Tony Spilotro. There was always a bondsman to bond him out, and he never did any prison time.
So we think that, he went to the Montefiore, the school for the bad kids. And I see that
criminal delinquency.
Hold on, and I see that Joe Collada's in the room. Hey Joe, Don Ciccio, Di Porzalo's in the room. Luminous Grin, you guys are all here. Michael Graham, the whole crew's here. Okay, Rhonda, Anthony, Sonny Zarro, Holman Sanders, everybody's here. Julie M, everybody knows what's going on. So let's throw this question out there into the room, and
Joe could probably answer it better than anybody.
Does anybody know, did Tony ever spend a day of his life in jail? He was arrested, but he was always bonded out, according to what Red said. So
that's right.
Kind of an interesting subject to get things started with today. And I want to say that this show, by the way, is you guys. It really is. Red helps out, by being here and, chatting with me. And but really the show it's about you guys, and you guys send things in. Don Ciccio sent this in today. This is a photograph. You see that, Red?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you about that photograph here. It's the forgotten crew of the Chicago outfit. And in that photograph, from left to right, this is the Owl Club. Owl, O-W-L, Owl Club in Calumet City. Featured top name entertainment of the day. From left to right, Paul Rica, he's the one leaning over with his hand up to his mouth. Yeah. The guy in his ear is Louis Campagna. Am I saying that right? Campagna?
There goes the slap. Somebody just asked, where's the slap?
Campagna. I think it's Campagna. Frank Laporte, he's the next guy. And then the guy on the far right with the big nose, Jimmy Durante. This photo was taken at the Owl Club in the early 1950s.
Wow.
So, pretty interesting photograph. I'll throw it up in the community section. Yeah, I've never seen it before. So thanks for sending that in, Don. Much appreciated. I know everybody on the channel appreciates you sending that in. So, so Tony was a top moper, according to Romer.
Romer had a lot of things to say.
There's a good I'm just looking. No on Spilotro from what I've read, Sonny Zarro. So no. See, that's what
from what I've read. It's from talking to him. He never spent a night in jail. As soon as American Bonding, Irv Weiner was his partner, one of the partners, and they bonded him out just like that. And when he got to Las Vegas, I don't think he did any time in jail.
Yeah.
Actually, Oscar Goodman was a pretty good attorney, pretty damn good attorney.
Okay, Michael Graham. I think Tony Spilotro spent 40 years in a courtroom, but spent no time in jail.
That could have been. That could have been, Michael.
Seriously, like, I mean, we're gonna play a clip here in a minute, a little news clip that we put together, of all the things. Campagna. There we go. Campagna. I see it now. Now my brain's seeing it in the yes. Okay.
Francie Brainy, that Francie Brainy, that butcher boy.
Where? Campagna. Campagna. I got it. Campagna. The G is silent. Everybody knows how to say these names on the channel except me. Figures.
I lose on a lot of them too.
Yeah. Brad, you just received a coffee mug. Well, good. Larry A got his coffee mug. Awesome. Living good Inca. Thank you. Julie M. Yeah, ha. Funny. Francis Brady. Yeah. Butcher boy. Cheers. Oop. So I think it's in. I think the answer is 0. That he didn't go to. Here we go. Joe Colada. I think Tony spent a lot of days in jail, but no nights. Waiting to get out on bond, right?
That's it.
Being arrested. That's it. See, so like Tony Accardo, because Tony Accardo, not a single day behind bars, his entire.
He did spend one day in jail one evening, and that was because he was waiting for bond.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Don Ciccio, Calumet City was Little Las Vegas in the 50s. Plummer Avenue, very famous for entertainment and gambling. Yes. So Don, the Strip, they called it the Strip, believe it or not, in Calumet City. It's State Street. And State Street intersected with State Line. You had State Line and State Street.
State Line Road.
Right. State Line Road. And that was... that separated Illinois and Indiana. And so you crossed that and you were in Hammond, Indiana from Calumet City. Before there were federal agents down there in Calumet City, they used that area because they could tunnel underneath the state line to Indiana. So if their clubs were raided, they went into the tunnels, they popped up over in Indiana. So they had.
Not only that, in those days, the law were if you crossed the state line, the local police couldn't go after you. They couldn't be in pursuit. So they stopped at the state line and said, okay, it's their problem now.
Right. So that was one of the sorry. I'm reading comments. Please don't tell Adam.
Dennis Paulson.
No one would do that. What? Tell Adam the G is silent? He'll start pronouncing spaghetti as spaghetti. Spaghetti. Yeah.
Spaghetti.
So Tony spent no time in jail beyond waiting for bond. Big dog, non-vet. Yeah. Again,
but out of all the guys, he was the only one that never went to prison. And he never that I know of.
Right.
The only other one I know of is Frank Schweiss, and he went to prison, but he was never denied bond.
Wow. Jim Yeager. your family runs State Line Pizza? Dude, that was some good pizza, man. State Line Pizza. You know how many of those I ate? A ton. State Line Pizza in Hammond. Holy cow. Yes. So yeah, they called it at one point Sin City, Calumet City. They called it Sin City. And
That's the first thing I ever heard about it. They said Sin City, and I said, "Where's that?" They said Cal City.
That's what they called it, Sin City. And they had more liquor licenses per capita in Calumet City than anywhere else in the country. It was literally house, bar, house, corner bar, across the street, corner bar, house, bar with an apartment above it, house, corner bar, across the street, corner bar, house. That's what it was.
I always looked at the upper stories and said, "That's a brothel."
Yeah, they had a red light district. They had the hookers that went all up and down State Street. I mean, they tried to clean it up. Oh, they're going to start cleaning up Calumet City.
Reform. It never reformed.
Oh, my God. Calumet City. Holy shit. Unbelievable. I can't believe I'm from Calumet City. I think back about it, and I sit there and go, how did I even get to here? Seriously, Calumet
City. Cars. They made automobiles. You can't.
Yeah.
That's how you got there.
Oh, by the way, guys, because I know some of you are wondering. So last week, I said that the ABC thing was happening tonight. That's what I said.
Right.
Tomorrow, I talked to the producer. So it's tomorrow.
Okay. So it's on tomorrow.
ABC Nightline Thursday. If you're watching it on Hulu, it'll be up there Thursday afternoon. And I don't know when it's on. If you're watching it live, if it's in the evening, if it's in the morning, I don't know.
Look at the programming. Look at the programming. You'll find it.
It may be, yeah. So Luminous Grin, yes. Jake and Elmwood Blues were born in Calumet City. They were saving the orphanage in Calumet City. Luminous Grin. Who had bigger outfit control, Calumet City or Chicago Heights? Interesting. Calumet City or Chicago Heights for bigger?
I think the Heights did.
Heights ran Calumet City. End of story. Don Ciccio. End of story. That's it. Chicago Heights ran Cal City. It figures.
Well, they had
Calumet City couldn't even be on top of that. You know what I mean? It's a shit show. It's a total shit show. Guys, let's see what Tony was getting away with. This is what Oscar Goodman, by the way, was representation for some of the outfit figures, including.
If I'm not mistaken, he had him on permanent retainer. Permanent
retainer. So Oscar has a steakhouse downtown, and he just put up the statue. He's got a statue. Look at this. This is a statue of him. And that is Tony Spilotro next to him. There's another picture of it. See? Just put it up in his restaurant. That's overlooking Fremont Street. You see that, Red?
Yes.
It's a good detail, isn't it? He's about 6'8", Oscar, in this statue. He looks like Penn Jillette when I walk up to it.
Every time I look at that or see a picture of it, I think of Tony paid for that to be an Oscar steakhouse. He probably paid for the steakhouse, too.
Oh, man. All right, so let's play this clip. This is the news clip of what Tony was getting accused of and what he was getting away from. Let's say, right? From. Right. There I go again with the right.
No left.
No left. Exactly. There it is. All right, I got it. Here we go.
I can't believe I did this.
Prancy Brainy, that butcher boy. Prancy Brainy, that butcher boy.
You get it to yourself. All right, guys, listen up. Here we go.
The name of Tony Spilotro has attracted the attention of law enforcement officials, some of whom think Spilotro is the most cunning and dangerous member of the crime syndicate.
In 1963, Spilotro was accused of the murder of a loan shark. Spilotro was acquitted when his co-defendant was shotgunned to death. In 1979, Spilotro suffered 2 convictions for filing a false loan application. The sentence, a $1 fine. In 1974, Spilotro was arrested here in Las Vegas for murder. The case was dropped. Later that year, Spilotro was accused of defrauding the Teamsters Union. All of the defendants, including some of the top men in the Chicago mob, were acquitted after the untimely death of the prosecution's star witness. A 1981 racketeering case is still pending in court. Prosecutors were appealing that case. In 1983, Spilotro was tried for the torture murder of 2 Chicago street punks. He was acquitted. There were at least 15 other arrests, not a single conviction. Law enforcement officials had yet to beat Spilotro in court. A longtime Chicago mob observer reported,
"Some predict Tony will take a big fall someday, but it hasn't happened yet. So far, Spilotro has lived a charmed life."
That charmed life ended last week. If the killers follow true to form of most mob hits, Spilotro's murderers will likely go unpunished. Mark Fierro, Eyewitness News 8.
I never noticed that a little flash of Frank Collada in there in that news
I
clip.
didn't either.
I just noticed that for the first
His
time.
deeds did not go unpunished. The people that murdered him or whatever, none of that went unpunished. They were all killed.
Well, they don't know exactly who even was there in the basement, right? According to the
No, they do. They do.
They know exactly who was in the basement that day.
Yes, yes. It just didn't come out in court. It didn't come out in court. Nick Calabrese had a lot to talk about. I mean, he had a lot to remember on the when he was on the stand, and so they didn't go into every detail of everyone he saw there. But he did say that he didn't recognize one person, but somebody else did. Somebody else did recognize him. So everybody is accounted for. Everyone.
Right. Wow, who remembers Chuck Henry from NBC5? I'd just forgotten about him until I saw that clip. That's Chuck Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, everybody remembers
Bill Curtis, Chuck Henry, and then we have John Drummond.
Yeah, John Drummond too, yeah. And William Kirchmeier, the Kraut. The downside of being immortalized as a statue is spending eternity being crapped on by pigeons. Yeah, you never think about that. You never think about that. Man, yeah.
Take it easy,
Carlton, I don't believe, no, I haven't heard anything anyway that Nancy, she, as far as I know, she's still around. Last I heard. So that's all I know about that. Yes. So John Drummond's an interesting guy. Yes, he is. Chief Smoke a lot. I was at the bar at the Purple Hotel in Skokie when Alan Dorfman was murdered back in the day. Wow.
I actually came up on the scene. I lived at 4121 Richmond then, which was not far from Lincolnwood. And I went on the scene when I heard it on the scanner. And I said, what are all these Chicago cops doing in Lincolnwood? But they had it all taped off, all marked off with crime scene. I didn't see anything, there, any blood or gore or whatever. Too many cars around, gawkers everywhere.
Gawkers, exactly right. Adam, do you remember Taste of Italy in Calumet City? I do, Sean. I used to do magic there. I think his name was Dominic, the owner of the place. And I did magic at Taste of Italy for a short time. We worked over at Lorenzetti's too, the one in the Heights and in Calumet City.
You got around a lot. Everything is I did this for a short time. I did this for a short time.
I worked at the Tavern in the Oaks in River Oaks Mall. There was a couple guys that owned that joint. I worked there. That's where I met
the longest gig you've ever had.
That's where I met my friend Butch. He's a cop, a Whiting cop. Yeah.
What is the longest gig you've ever had?
Longest gig I've ever had? Man, let me think.
Was it Mob Vlog?
The longest gig I've ever had? Like the job that longest job I ever had?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of been working for myself since.
Yeah, but I mean, you were a magician, this, that. I mean, which location were you?
It was in out of this show or in that show, or I was working street performing, or I was doing a corporate gig, or I was doing a one-off here or there, or you know, and I'd fill in between with whatever I could.
So you're a knockaround guy.
Yeah. You know, that's what I did until I partnered with my current partner and started running the tour company. I mean, that's been now.
So that's the longest running gig, the tour company.
6 years that I've been running the company. Probably, you know, that's probably the longest gig that I've had. I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I worked at any other job that long. I don't know.
I guess that was a loaded question.
I don't know, man. I don't know where the hell that just went, but yeah. Anyway, so I DJ'd. I did all kinds. I was a wedding DJ. I was a strip club DJ. I did I was in the Carpenters Union in McCormick Place. You know, for I did that for a couple of years. I was on ESDA for Calumet City. I did that for a few years, on and off. I did. The hell else did I do? I bartended. And I was a house magician for almost about a year at 115 Bourbon Street. Did magic, walk around. That was fun. Did a lot of different things. You know, I don't know. Street performing was a lot of fun, man. That was like the most fun I ever had. Street performing. You never know what the hell's going to happen. But let's get back to Tony. So what happened to Tony's son, Vincent? So Vincent, I believe, Red, didn't you say it was a drug overdose?
Yes.
I think,
yes.
But I had heard that he drank too much.
That too. It was alcohol and drugs combined.
But I know he wasn't very old. So
no.
Number one, fine is, okay.
Had his father been alive, it would have broke his heart.
Why were all the crews represented at the Spilotro murders? Dave Maliska's asking. Thanks for being a member, Dave. What do you think?
Why were all they represented?
Why were all the crews represented at the Spilotro?
At the murders themselves.
Yes.
The reason was, from my understanding, was they wanted to send him a message. We're all in this together. Ferriello was there. Joe Ferriello, Nagal, he was there.
Okay.
Everybody was there. And the reason they were there was to say, this is not a vendetta against you. It's all of us. You can't take us all on. It can't happen.
Right.
And not only that, nobody's even going to know your fate because you're going to be buried someplace. Nobody's going to know where you're at.
Josh, man, come on. That's just crazy. Street stories. That's how the hospitality industry is. We're like migrant workers. Yeah, there you go. Migrant workers.
Mike Graham.
Red.
Yeah,
though,
I think it was catching up with him.
Yeah, do you think that Tony's murder was karma catching up with him for the things that he himself did to others within this world?
Oh yeah, definitely. Things that I didn't know about. I was taken back by the whole mess.
Yes. John, Adam, would you ever go on America's Got Talent? Twice. I did it twice. I did it season 1 and season 10 is where you just see me. Rick Charlton, you mean OC Shorts, Ryan Brown. Yeah, I think that's what you guys are talking about. Adam Flowers, making watches disappear since 1933. It was a minority.
How do you do it, PAB?
You did the plumbing at 115 Bourbon Street? Seriously, Anthony? We crossed paths that closely that long ago? That's pretty wild, man. That's pretty damn wild. What song got played the most? Strip club DJ. No, I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what it is.
That's not the name of the song.
Hold on. Pussy Control. That's the song by Prince. Okay. That played Pussy Control a whole lot. But at the time, Kid Rock was pretty big too. So I played a lot of Cowboy. I remember girls asked for that a lot when I was.
Hit that like button, folks.
Yes, please do, everybody.
Love here. Come on.
So Red, we're going to talk a little bit about Frank Schweiss. and we're going to do that on your channel.
Yeah, that's going to be on my show.
So we're going to go over to your channel in a little bit, and we're going to talk about it. So if you guys want to follow us over there, and guys, if you didn't know, the mob tour in Vegas, it's open. Join us for the Vegas Mob Tour. Experience Sin City's dark past. Learn how Bugsy Siegel built the Flamingo. Find out who killed him and why. Hear who Jimmy Hoffa supplied money to back in the 50s. Visit the actual home used in the 1995 blockbuster movie Casino, and other filming locations as well. See the real jewelry store where Frank Collada and his crew were busted. Sit in the exact spot where Frank Lefty Rosenthal's car was bombed back in '82. View never-before-seen footage of Frank Collada telling personal stories about Tony Spilotro, Joey the Clown Lombardo, and the Hole-in-the-Wall Gang.
This house here used to be Tony's house. It's almost like a peach color. It was brown then. The only thing changed is the driveway.
Here's an offer you can't refuse. Upgrade to the Untouchables experience. Following the tour, you'll enjoy a 3-course dinner at the Tuscany Gardens, and then VIP seating for the long-running hit The Rat Pack is Back show. Experience Vegas the way it was meant to be. And use that promo code MOBVLOG, guys, when you book your tickets. And
I have something to say.
Yeah.
Read the instructions. Read the instructions.
Oh my gosh! Don't start, please. Don't
go
to
that address.
Please, my God.
Not the name of the hotel.
Oh
go
my
to the
God.
address. Be careful.
I had a long day yesterday. It's Halloween season, guys, so I'm out there busting my tuchus right now, trying to make all the tours, and the ghost tours are every nightly, and they're filled, and it's a lot of work, it's corralling cats. And I had 2 people didn't show, and they turned out to be Karens. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Crazy. I mean, they sent me really lewd messages. Unbelievable.
When you call somebody, when it's written right on your confirmation, and you book 2 months ahead of time, 3 months ahead of time, and you call somebody and say, "Where are you?"
Oh my gosh!
You're at the wrong location. Not you.
Literally texted me, "You guys are ridiculous. You guys are fucking stupid." That's what they texted me. I can't believe it. Like, I'm going, it's my fault that you weren't at the pickup location on time. I mean, you got a reminder email a month before, a week before, a day before, a text 4 hours before.
And it says be there 15 minutes in advance.
Oh my God. Anyway, that's not what you guys want to hear about. You guys are here to hear about Tony. So we're going to talk about Tony. You never know where the hell this is going to go, do you? You really don't. You really don't. We're not doing the wheel or the trivia, guys, because I'm swamped. So until we get into November, there's nothing going on with the wheel right now. So I'm sorry if you're disappointed, but I'm busy. I mean, busy. And I just, if you knew the half of it, you'd be like, no kidding. So anyway.
Well, we'll jump over to my channel.
Yeah, we're going to go over the Reds. Oh, by the way, guys, good news. Good news. I'm putting together this tour, this crime tour.
Oh, yeah.
One of the stories on it, one of the stories is OJ. OJ was arrested here in town for burglary, armed robbery, and kidnapping. And he was tried, and he went to jail for it. And spent nine years in prison. 9 years in prison, OJ Simpson. And so putting this crime tour together, and I like to have things to pass around to people to show them. And I acquired this. This is an autographed O.J. Simpson, okay?
Exhibit number. That was used in court.
This right here is the exhibit tag, okay? Can you read that, Red? Is that legible? Yeah. So it's an actual piece of the evidence. This is what he was breaking into the room to steal that evening that he was arrested. And it has the letter of authenticity on the back, the story of how the guy it was stolen from, and then his friend tried to sell it to OJ, and he was like, "I got this to show around to people." which is going to be pretty damn cool for the crime tour. And my buddy who sold me that piece of memorabilia, he also found 3 cases. We have almost 100, but this is it. This is it. And these are glossy. The original ones, these are the ones that I had. They don't have the gloss finish to them. See that difference?
Yeah,
So,
one's gloss and one's matte.
these are glossy. I've never even saw the glossy ones. And they're not Sharpied. They're signed with a pen. And then they got the black hand of death is what Frank called it.
Only 100 of them.
And
There's
and
only
it's got
100 of
his
them.
fingerprints and his autograph in it. So we got, I picked up a case of them to resell, which we're going to put up on mobmento.com. Anyway, they'll be up there soon. Not right away, but soon. It's just another project, another thing I have to get on. So it's been fun, Red. I had a great time. Thanks for coming on today.
See you in a minute.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Have a great day, guys. It's been fun. We're out. Mob Vlog.